Hi guys, good morning and welcome to another episode of Did You Know? This is Angie Perez with Paradigm IT Talent, and I'm so excited to bring to you episode 2 of our October mini series talking about those difficult, those challenging questions that can make or break our interview. So last week we talked about that question, tell me about yourself. A lot of people wonder, where do I start? Well, if you need to go back and check out our episode from last week, today I decided to bring you to the comfort of my living room to talk about an uncomfortable question. So what happens when, for example, you leave your previous employer and you don't do a good job of tying loose ends in the most professional way? So whether you got up and left, just didn't show back up, or you were let go for, obviously some kind of performance or negative reason. So here are some tips for you. First and foremost, so hopefully by now you've learned a lesson and walked away with this valuable lesson of ensuring that you leave every employer in good terms. So no matter how big of a role you had with the company or how small, this is extremely crucial. So let's fast forward. You are now sitting across from a potential great opportunity, and the hiring manager asks the magic question. So tell me, why did you leave your previous employer? Where to start? So here are 3 quick tips for you. Number 1, no negative talk. It is very, very important that you, no matter what or how awful the circumstances were, that led you to leave your employer without any kind of notification. It's important that you do not start off on a negative mark. So save that and instead be honest. So you want to be honest and give a very brief understanding of why you left. So for example, if you were let go due to attendance or poor performance, you want to, explain that, not in a ton of detail, but you do want to say, in my last position, I was unfortunately let go due to my performance not being up to par with the company's expectation. So it is very important that you take ownership immediately, because as an employer, it's kind of like that customer is always right. As a potential employer sitting with you, they're going to automatically assume that no matter what the circumstances were of your previous job, your employer was right in letting you go or parting ways. So no negative talk, and make sure that you are being honest. Number 3 and final tip is, what did you learn from that situation? So you want to keep that immediately within that same sentence. So don't wait for your interviewer to ask you or pull more information from you. So no negativity. Number 2, be concise and honest about why you left or was let go from your last position. And own up to, what the situation was and what lessons learned you walked away with. So as humans, we do expect each other, we're expected to make mistakes, and, the human side of us completely understands that. So if you own up to your mistakes and then you explain what it was that you learned from that situation and what you're going to be doing differently in the future, that right there is a big positive turn to a negative situation. So I hope that helped. Stay with me. Next week we have tip number 3 or question number 3. And in the meantime, you guys go forth and conquer. Have a fantastic work week. I'm going to stay here enjoying my extra few minutes of coffee time before I have to make it into the office. All right. Ciao, guys.